to another Heart Explained Therapy where I'm trying my hardest to get a couple of videos made a day to make you feel better. We need to eradicate mental health and we need to do it quickly. It's a place that doesn't have to exist, it doesn't have to affect you, and these are the simple rules of life that you can just watch, understand, expand your awareness and carry out the action and the habit, and you'll see that this mental health enters your body, enters your system unaware, unconsciously, and you can become conscious of that and do the good things to avoid it. So this one today is a simple one. Why don't you think before you speak? You've heard this expression before, and you can know that this is quite a simple idea that makes a lot of sense. But I'm going to take this idea and go down a rabbit hole of deeper and deeper to realise what this is actually doing, which is quite frightening. Where this simple unconscious behaviour, what it actually causes. Now, you'll have your everyday person, your average person that says something completely stupid based on their intellectual intelligence, if you like. It's in a way, it's not even their fault if they don't even know that they sound stupid. They're going to say stupid things, right? But I have a philosophy about this, and I've always known this from a very young age. I know that sometimes people's words affect me. They hurt me and they irritate me and annoy me. They come across as aggressive, rude, and if they're unconsciously stupid, I feel like it still affects me. Now I know this, so I've took this lesson of knowledge, of knowing that I get very sensitive to people's words, and so I try not to say anything that affects them. And in the past I was a very humorous, sarcastic person, and I realised that sarcasm was sometimes irritating, annoying and hurting someone. I didn't mean any obvious malice to the other person. I thought I was having a laugh and making other people laugh, but it comes from a dark part of the psyche, and it unconsciously comes out and it affects people. It does. Now, I learnt this lesson, like I said, very early on, and I don't say any words now because I think before I speak. I think about my speech only in a millisecond. If it's a second, I'll be very surprised, but I just take the thoughts of, first of all, is this conversation purposeful? Is it heading in the right way? And for me, heading in the right way, is it a positive sort of experience? And I take it as if it's a simple conversation has turned into an academic essay. I'm currently studying a degree at the moment, and when you get to do these 2,000 word essays, which is the small ones that you have to do, you have to structure them, because you will only ever complete a paragraph if you don't structure and plan all of the start, the middle and the end, and the points and the comparisons and all these different elements to it. Communication can be like this. Unfortunately, we're just unconscious. We've got this intelligence of an ape and we just stupidly say things. I heard in this shop the other day, a lady asked a shop assistant if they had that water that smells nice that you put in an iron, right? And the shop assistant said, can't you just put normal water in it, right? Now, technically, she made a cracking point for me. Yeah, why don't make your own scented water. It's going to be a lot cheaper, isn't it? If you spray a bit of perfume in and mix it around, you might not have to spend $2.99 on the Lenore one. But that was a shop assistant. Now the woman walked off, possibly bemused as much as I was, because a shop assistant isn't supposed to talk you out of purchases, right? But it made me realise the unconscious behaviour, that somebody doesn't think before they speak. Somebody doesn't action before they think about the action's consequences. And if that isn't the most damaging trait of a human being ever. A lion chases an animal in the wild, lands on it, rips his neck to shreds because it has to eat. We have a function that is so damaging and hurtful. People have killed themselves based on somebody's horrible words and bullying, and they're horrible. How much pain has been caused by a person because of their actions, their hideous actions, based on all their own crap, has really hurt somebody else. The cheaters in the world has hurt other people based on their actions of their own shittiness. The people who just constantly get away with living in this bubble that it's okay. I can say what I want, I can do what I want. Now this very simple idea of thinking before you say something. How do you get to any age? How do you get to the age of 18 and not know that your behaviour and your words affect other people? You do know this. You do know this, but you live in this unconscious, selfish world where you're just in your own little cave and you're just gathering your own little food and you're gathering your own little wants, and everybody else is mad compared to you. And it's just an illness. To me, it's a simple idea that is one of the biggest mental health conditions in the world that we don't even say is a mental health condition. When you go to court and you are there based on somebody else's emotions because they haven't got their shit together. But the judge doesn't speak about this. The judge just says this is something that's illegal based on our laws and you can't do it and you should get this punishment. Not one, we all know that they go apparently into prison and they go and have psychology help. I've worked in a prison, I've worked in a scary, scary prison for 1 whole year. The psychology team had 3 members in it. I witnessed a psychiatrist speak to a prisoner, and I cannot tell you what I saw. Let me just say, it had the effect of worse behaviour. Just think of that. The psychiatrist that we are hoping to rehabilitate the criminal is causing a worse effect on the criminal. I know this for a fact, and this is scary. This is why I do the scary eyes, because it's this emotional unconsciousness that we are unaware of, which is the mental health. And you can say what you want, you can say you've got heartbreak and trauma and everything comes from trauma. I'm sorry, but you know that there's a millisecond before you speak, and you can be a twat or you can be nice. You can project what you want to on the conversation, and you can go about making the conversation positive and happy and great for that person. I'm not saying avoid all negativity and uncomfortableness. If there's something uncomfortable, speak about it, get deep into the conversation of uncomfortableness, but just start thinking, because that behaviour and those words are projected out, and and it's the reason why everything is the way that I see it most of the time, a complete and utter shambles, an embarrassment to evolution. We've evolved and we've had lots of generations. I mean, I'm not sure the figure for this, how many wars that we've had. Google how many wars that we've had. Now, when the first ever war happened, I would have hoped that somebody was like, hold on a sec, hold on, everyone stop. Right, everyone's had their arms chopped off, their heads chopped off, it's getting hideous. I've lost about 200 men, you've lost about 200 men. I tell you what, let's arm wrestle. Let's play tiddlywinks to see who gets the land. Why don't we try and do something which is fair? It's still a fight, it can still be a fight, but my God, let's not kill human beings based on an ideology, an idea. Now for me, you could say, you could try 3 or 4 wars, see how it turns out, and if loads of people die, we won't do it again. Has there been more than 3 or 4 wars? Yes, there has. Is there ever going to be a war again in the future? I would say there is. We still haven't learned that lesson in history, the destruction of other people, other humans, which is collectively ourselves, if you understand psychology and spirituality and all the great lessons of the world. It's just, we're not learning from the past. We are still doing the same things. We've had a lockdown, second, that was possibly worse than the first. What I've experienced in the shops and with people and communicating with people, we're all losing our heads. We're all losing our heads. We're not growing or expanding. We're not using this internet device, this technical great device, to learn about the body and the mind, and let's be active and let's do great things. Let's build up our immune system so I'm not scared of COVID. We are just projecting loads of crap. We're watching shite and we're filling our heads with shite. Now come on, you've got to snap out of this. This is like cavemen thinking. We're not cavemen anymore. We don't have to do this. We don't have to say a word that affects another human being. That doesn't take the cleverest man in the world. It doesn't have to be a Stephen Hawkins for that. Think before you speak. Now, I probably didn't think about anything I just said, so this should be a really good watch.